When you draft a quarterback, you can't always expect for him to be ready from day one to start in the NFL. If you do that, you're going to leave out a lot of good quarterbacks. So today's quarterback that I'm going to talk about, Jamie Newman from Wake Forest, that also transferred for Georgia, but didn't play that year because he didn't want to play during the COVID. This is a guy that is a very good developmental quarterback. And I got a great NFL comparison for him. So YouTube, what's good, guys? It's your boy TD, and I'm back again with another video from Fantasy Good Sports. And today's video is going to be on a comparison with Jamie Newman and his NFL like who I compare him to in the NFL, guys. And you might disagree, and that's fine, guys. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button on this video and subscribe to this channel. And also comment if you don't believe what I'm saying. That's fine, guys. I want to chop it up with you in the comment section. So, guys, I believe Jamie Newman is I compare him to Taysom Hill. Yes, I said it, guys. Taysom Hill. Now, listen, I know that might be a little edgy, and I know that y'all might not agree with that, right? That's fine. Like I said, I want to chop it up. But listen, I got some stats for you today to give you a comparison and a benchmark why I believe he's similar to Taysom Hill. Remember when Taysom Hill was drafted, he was undrafted. He went to Green Bay, and he was the development quarterback. And now he's with Sean Payton, which is a great offensive coordinator. Look what he can start. He started, 4 or 5 games while Drew Brees was out and played good. And, Jamie Newman coming in, he's not ready to play in the NFL right now. But in 3 to 4 years, with a great offensive coordinator, he could be ready to be a dual threat as far as playing, like using him at different times of the game, coming in because he's a big guy. And I think he can be used, he can be a starter. He could, I don't know if he's an everyday starter like a Cam Newton. I don't know if he can be that, but he will be able to develop into it. I'm not going to limit this guy. So, guys, check this out. Jamie Newman is 6'4", 237 pounds, and runs a 4.64. Guys, that's good. He's going to get even bigger. He might even be like 250 by the time in 3 years in the NFL. He'll be like 250. So yes, and he was a 6th round. He's projected to be a 6th round pick. So that's not too far off of being undrafted like Taysom Hill, right? So if he is drafted, and I believe he will be drafted because I believe a lot of teams have seen what was done with Taysom Hill and believe that they can do the same thing and develop this guy. I'm not saying this guy's going to play special teams like Taysom Hill. Who knows? Who knows? They might use him like that because this guy's a big guy. He's a great athlete, right? So let's check this out. So Jamie Newman, his junior year, guys, in 2019, he had a completion percentage of 60.9, right? And he had 2,868 yards passing. And he had 26 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. That year, he was projected to be our top 3 quarterback coming out of the draft this year. But then, guys, he sat out. So it dropped him a little bit. I'm not going to knock him for that. So whatever it is, what it is, right? But I'm going to give you his rushing total. He had 180 attempts. And this is in 2019, right? And 574 yards with 6 touchdowns. That was his first 4 year, guys. And it was really good. You know what I'm saying? So he had 180 attempts with 574 yards with 6 TDs. I liked it. So look, let me give you some Taysom Hill numbers now. Now, in Taysom Hill, his sophomore year at BYU, his first 4 year, because he got hurt a couple times, guys, with knee injuries. So that's why he didn't have a more than like 1 full season, right? But in his sophomore year, in 2013, he had a completion percentage of 53.9. Now, that's a little down. But I don't think he had the infrastructure and the coaches that Jamie had. But Taysom Hill was a very good athlete. Everybody knew that. And he threw for 2,938 yards. That's about the same, right? With 19 TDs and 14 interceptions. Now, 14 interceptions, that's a little high, but I don't believe he had the athletes that Jamie. Even though I'm not saying Wake Forest got tremendous athletes, but they're better than what BYU had. From my perspective, guys, that's what I believe. And he also, I'm going to go to his rushing numbers now. Now, he had 246 attempts, which is a lot more than Jamie Newman. But he had 1,300 yards of rushing, basically. And he had 12 TDs, guys. 10 TDs. I'm sorry, guys. He had 10 TDs. So, Taysom Hill was running that thing, right? Now, look at his size. 6'2", 220, and he runs a 4.4 40. Jamie's a little bigger, so that's still about the same speed, guys, as far as size. If Jamie lost weight, if Jamie got down to 210, 215, he probably could run a 4.4. But with that 237 frame, Yes, that's about the same, guys. It's equivalent. So I believe they're the same player, guys. So look, let me go back and tell you some of the things that Jamie Newman, like why I even believe him more. Listen, he's a development quarterback. Same thing with Taysom Hill, was a development quarterback. And guys, they needed to work on their pocket presence. Like Jamie, wants to put the ball down and run a lot. He needs to work on that, like being able to see the offense develop and get out of like a more of a college system. Yes, I like college systems, but he got to be able to make those down the field. And I don't see that a lot when I do my analysis on them guys. He don't read the pass rights. He's like 1 and 2, and that's it. Play action deep. That's what he does. NFL's a little bit more complicated than that. Also, guys, they both were great athletes. Taysom Hill's a great athlete. Jamie Newman's a great athlete. So, guys, that's what another thing that makes them similar. Another thing, guys, they can be used for a change of pace. I believe even next year, Jamie could be coming. He could come in for a goal line run, a goal line quarterback, wildcat, and be able to run the ball in on a QB choice. Taysom Hill could always do that, but only Sean Payton started using him like that. So I don't know if this guy can catch. Taysom Hill didn't catch in college. But who knows? They might put Jamie out there. He might be able to run some routes. Like, this guy played a lot of different positions in high school. He's from around my way. So I believe this guy is very similar to Taysom Hill, guys. I believe Taysom Hill has developed himself into a fantasy starting variable quarterback, and also just regular in the NFL. I had Taysom Hill this year. He done really well. I had to play him at tight end a little bit, and ESPN cheated me, but that's a whole nother video. Jamie Newman, who knows, guys? I think he's as a couple years go by, he's gonna develop in where you can be able to pick him up in fantasy, and he'll be used in like little gadget plays here and there because his frame is so big. I'm not calling him Cam Newton, but something similar. But Taysom Hill is like something similar, but I just believe they a little different, right? So I believe Jamie Newman can be very similar to Taysom Hill, guys, and it is what it is, guys. So listen, guys, I'm not gonna hold you up on this video, but I just wanted you to understand, like, I'm gonna do comparisons to NFL players as far as these players coming out the draft, especially quarterbacks. And when I broke Jamie Newman down, I broke him down, looked at his film, guys, for 8 hours, and just watched him throw in good games when he played against Boston College, and then when he played against teams like Clemson. And the guy he was always one of the best athletes on the field, but his pocket presence and his anticipation he needed to work on. If you watch Taysom Hill, he was always a good athlete, could run the ball, make throws, but his anticipation and his pocket presence wasn't as good. So if he get with an NFL coach like a Sean Payton, somebody like that, or Cliff Kingsbury, I don't know where he's going, guys. But if somebody like that that's really break a quarterback down from zero, I believe this guy is going to have a potential to be a starter in 2 to 3 years, maybe 4. I don't know, guys. I just really believe that. I like the guy arm strength. I like his work ethic. I think he's a great worker ethic. When I seen him in high school, he was a good athlete. He was a 3-star. But this guy worked his way into a starter at Wake Forest and was getting scouted heavily and was going to be a top 5 pick or a top 5 quarterback. But he stayed out for the COVID. I respect that. And it knocked his draft status down. So don't look at this guy where he can't play. This guy just needs to be developed. And the teams there's so many quarterbacks that's ready to play right now that they seen better stats for him and seen him play this year during the COVID. They put him over him. That don't mean that they're better. Like I said, you always got to be able to, as a GM, be able to look at players and give them a chance to develop in what they're going to be. So the draft is made, guys, in 5th, 6th, and 7th. I said what I said. It's not 1, 2, and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 are all starters. You know what those guys can do mostly. You should be able to pick good players in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd round. But when you draft them for 5th, 6th, and 7th, and a little bit of 4th, guys, you should be able to. You got to be smart and be able to develop these guys. You got to be able to look at these guys and see what they can be in 4 to 5 years when they get in the NFL system with great offensive coaches, guys. Not just taking these guys and, oh man, he sucked, man. Look at him. He ain't Zach Wilson. He ain't this, man. He ain't Trevor Lawrence. He don't need to be Trevor Lawrence right now. He can catch up with those guys. Look at some of the quarterbacks look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady didn't come out ready to play day one. He didn't play day one. But as he sit and learn and got Bill Belichick knowledge, look what he became. He's a GOAT now. So the same thing can happen with other quarterbacks. I'm not calling Jamie Newman Tom Brady. That's not what I'm saying. But look at Taysom Hill. He was undrafted. Do you think Taysom Hill plays like an undrafted kind of player? Look at quarterbacks like, and I'm not knocking Sam Darnold. I'm not knocking Sam Darnold because I know he went to a bad offensive team with not a good offensive coordinator. But if you take a guy like a Taysom Hill and you put him with Sean Payton, this is what you get. Sean Payton, listen, he looked on the practice squad and said, I want this guy. Nobody was like, why you want him? Huh? And then he ended up playing him over Jameis. Jameis was a number 1 pick. Jameis was a #1 pick, and he still played him over Jameis because of the development. So Jamie Newman, all these guys can be picked up. Jacoby Brissett, all these other guys, and Jamie Newman might end up passing them because of his work ethic and his potential with his athletic ability, guys. So I said what I said. So guys, I'm not gonna hold you up on this video. Make sure you smash the thumbs up on this video and also subscribe to the channel, guys, because I'm gonna continue to give you cutting edge videos like this. Thank you, guys. Have a blessed day. Peace.